Well, hello again and welcome back to my channel, and yes, we are in the home straight of this modular designed workshop build, and today's episode we are focusing on getting the Tyvek wrap on, putting the battens up and getting the Shiplap cladding on for the two sides and the back. Just to show you the stuff that I'm actually using here, this stuff is 15mm thick with the groove on the bottom and obviously the shiplap profile. Now, I was fortunate enough, if you like, to purchase all of this last year, and it's been under the tarps over the winter. And I think I paid about £1.70 per metre. Not that I'm rubbing it in with the prices at the moment. Anyway, it worked out pretty well for me to do this. There was a lot to do. It was intensively, physically very difficult for me, but I managed to get through it. So maybe let's just roll into the video and I'll talk you through as we go along and see it at the end. Morning. Right, we're on to cladding, and I'm going to start with probably logistically the most difficult side because there's not much room to work with around here. I am going to roll the camera. How much you actually see apart from my backside sticking out in the air, I don't know, but we'll see how it goes. Now let me just pan down here for you. I've got the most important one on. Now I couldn't film this because it was absolutely lashing it down, and it's about to rain again, so we'll see how it goes with this. This is my technique. Whether it's right or not, I don't know, but it's right for me, I think, with my kind of limitations. Now, the debate about how many fixings and stuff going onto a piece of cladding, I've read lots about it, and in theory, I think it's one. Although when I done my shed last year, I put two in, and I've had no splits or anything from it, but I agree with, you know, the people who know what they're on about. But what I'm going to do is once I've got the piece of cladding in place, I am going to tack with a brad nail. And as people asking on the Instagram, well, this is actually from Rutland's. This is my 18 gauge air compressor brad nailer, really good. So I'm going to tack literally onto the batten, so it's a 40mm brad, so it's not even really going to puncture through to the Tyvek, it's just to hold it in place. So I'm going to put one in, get that level, make sure that's all right, and then I'm using these, which are outdoor screws, galvanized, seem to be, I got them from Screwfix. I'll leave a link in the description if anyone's interested. So yeah, so it's going to be, I've got my levels set up to make sure it's all right on the end. It's just started raining again, great. I've got my Trend Countersunk bit thing, and then I've got me Trend Snappy bits for driving the fixings in. So I'm going to crack on, see how I get on. As I say, I don't know how much you're just going to see. Might be better when I'm doing the back, when I've got a little bit more room, better camera angles and stuff, but wish me luck. Rain stopped playing the filming, I'm afraid. Morning. Good day yesterday. Got loads done, but I was mindful of the fact that it's pretty tough work for me, to be honest. So I was just pacing myself, having regular breaks and all that kind of thing. The laser car came into its own. I've done a review on it a while back, the Shiplap laser. I had to get it really down low for the first one, and the way I came up with was this. And thanks to Lewis at LTW Carpentry again, because that's like a kind of modified version of his shorts video that I saw a while back. Genius. So what I'm going to do today is I'm going to leave the last couple on the side, the one that I've got the really awkward angular cuts, because I'm going to use the track saw for them. So I thought I'd start on the back today. So yeah, now the issue I have got is I'm kind of wanting not to do any cuts, but I've kind of laid out the first panel just for reference, and there's no batten here, so I'm going to have to cut it to here. I'm going to have to put another batten on here so it'll butt up to there, and then the next one will start along. Let's pick it back up. Not the end of the world, like, just means I just need to do a little bit more work than what I was planning on doing. Everything else seems pretty much set up. One last thing before I did start, because I've been asked about this, was I got 20mm battens. Now, I do have an issue with the front and the back, because I never thought of this at the time, because I have such a small overhang, because the panels were cut at 3.75 meters. If I used the full 20mm batten, I wouldn't be able to get the cladding in, and certainly at the back I wouldn't be able to get any kind of gutter in underneath. So I made the decision, with the table saw, cut for the front and the back, I've cut the battens in half, so it gives me 10mm ish. Whether that's enough, I don't know, but there's plenty of space. There's 40mm space behind this Tyvek wrap, so personally I think it's fine. I don't know what other people might think out about there, but it's going to be an experiment. I'm going to try it. I'm going to see how it goes. The sides, I've used the full battens because I've got plenty of space on the underside of the roof there. So that's where I'm at. That's why it might look a bit slimmer on the front and the back. Right, best finish me brew. Best crack on. Right, I know I've demonstrated this technique before on my one-handed woodworking tips video, putting shiplap cladding on, but I thought I might actually show you in real time, see what you think. Just a reminder, the fixings on the piece below that I'm installing are sticking out, just in case it slips off as I'm putting it on, and it gives me that little bit of extra stability. So here we go, let's see how we get on. Yep, pretty happy with that. Well, I hope you enjoyed this video, taking you through the journey, if you like, of me getting this cladding installed. I do apologise kind of maybe for the lack of detail in the actual specifics, particularly around the actual finishing and the edges. It was more a case of I just wanted to get this job done. It was physically very tiring for me, obviously just doing these 3 sides on my own. In regards to the angled pieces on the sides, I just used a track saw for that. I did try using a jigsaw, but to be honest, it's something I'm not very comfortable with. I'm a left-hand, I'm still teaching myself to be left-handed, and I just wasn't happy with the accuracy of the cuts with the jigsaw, so I just took the track saw out and cut lovely straight lines. Just want to go over one little bit in regards to the Tyvek wrap, because I did actually get in touch with DuPont is the company, because I wasn't sure about the actual taping process. Because on some of them, I taped it across the middle where the joint is, which you should do. And I also taped the top and the bottom, and I was a little bit worried about the moisture building up. They reassured me in the sense because Tyvek is a breathable membrane, so any moisture inside will evaporate out. But they said, really, did I need to tape the top and the bottom? No. So it's just really the middle that you need to tape, and also any kind of horizontal joint. So when it wraps around the corner and you've got an overlap there, please make sure sorry, not horizontal, you've got the vertical joints, that you actually do tape those up as well. I hope that makes some sense. If not, if you want a little bit more detail on that, then please get in touch with me via any of the social media or the email down in the description, and I'll try and clarify a few more points if that's any use to you. Anyway, folks, I didn't do any installation on the front apart from the Tyvek wrap, but I will give you a little inkling as to what it looks like via this picture. And yes, I am very happy with that indeed. That will be in the next episode. It's a totally different kind of cladding. It actually isn't a cladding at all, to be honest, but I'm using it for cladding purposes. And I'll talk more about that in the next episode. Anyway, as ever, everyone, take care, look after yourselves, and I'll see you soon. Thanks for watching.